Hello, hello, hello. How are you today? Welcome to Queen Mother Speaks. This is Queen Mother every Wednesday, every week, live at 5 p.m. Kenya time. That's when we get the Queen Mother Speaks show. All right, so I'm happy that you're here. I want to say Happy New Year to you once again. We are still in the month of January, and I think it's okay to wish you a happy New Year as we are still in the very first month of this new year. Let me play the intro music
Todo este parte de un plan. Esto es matarte con flow animal. Esto es para comerte este pan. Muévete al ritmo del bam, bidi bam. Bam, bidi bam, bidi bidi bam, bam.
opening, and so we will be back with you in the studio. I'm clicking this solo button. Ooh, it's not doing what I want it to do. Let's see if it'll change in just a moment. All right. So now, right now, we're in a new season, and our theme for this season is recommitting to good health as the foundation on which to build a life, a community, our economy. Do me in 2023. That's what we're up to for this year. And we want you to consider, as you are still in the new year, some things that you want to do. I was speaking with a friend of mine, and you know what they said? That they had been listening to Roland Martin. And what Mr. Martin said is that we should write down 300 things that we would like to do. Did you hear that? 300 things that we would like to do. So I started writing, and I'm barely at 100. How do you write down 300 things? Anyway, I've gotten to about 100. I'm going to invite you to do that. Write down things you want to do. They don't have to just be the big things, or you don't have to just select a few. Just with 300, you can actually write them all down. So get them down and begin to see what is it that you really do want to do, because often we think we want to do things and we don't want to do that. It's just something we said we want to do. All right. So back to this theme about recommitting to good health. Good health is not just health for your physical body. Good health is also about your vigor, your well being, promoting an overall healthy work life balance. That is the message. So we invite you to do something about it. Rise up, ye mighty nation of men and women. I'd like to give a shout out to a few people viewing the show today. Hello, if you will, to the Honorable Margaret Tolley. Greetings to Rose Umwara, Anju, Maurice Obuya, Parita. All of these are from Kenya. Maurice, we're glad that you're feeling better and finally back home. Hello to Sarah and the girls out of Dubai. We also want to say hello to Dr. Whitley Butler in Louisiana, Brother Chess, and Lila tuning in from New York City. Today we have Coach Rakaya visiting the studio. Now you're going to be hearing a lot more about Coach Rakaya because she's going to be giving us workshops throughout the SES season, and she will be doing a few vignettes, which is just some promotional commercials about Queen Mother Speaks. Okay, we're delighted to have in the studio today breast facilitator Miss Shreya Shaw from Canada. She's here in the studio. Let me bring her up so you can see who she is. She will be with us today. She will be taking us through um, a workshop. She'll be doing something with us online. And then afterwards, we're going to come back and interview her and talk about all the great things that she's doing. You want to say hello to the listening audience, Sharia?
Hi, everybody. Really happy to be here this afternoon. And thank you so much, Queen Mother, for having me on today.
Absolutely. We're in for a great show. We'll tell you a little bit more about her just a little later on inside of the show. Okay. I invite you to get relaxed. Okay. Find your spot and get ready for this awesome show. Please hit that like, share, comment button. Like, share, comment. We'd like for you to do that. And Queen Mother, thanks you so much for being here. We have men, women, and youth who have very exciting, innovative products and services, and they come on the show and tell you about it. And we also have special editions like we're having today in featuring Shaya coming into us from Canada. Happy January, everybody. Okay, click on facebook.com/Queen Mother Speaks or facebook.com Arthur, Teresa, or Kemp for the Queen Mother Speak show. And tell us who you would like to see on the show. Just click on that and let us know who you want on the show, and we'll take it from there. All right? Blessings to all of our faithful fans, and happy birthday to all of the January born. Looks like we've got somebody new coming into the studio. Okay, there she is. Well, she was there a moment ago. Let's see, is she there now? Okay. Coach, you want to greet the audience?
She's muted. She'll have to unmute.
Please unmute.
You muted me. Good morning. Good morning.
All right, very well, very well. We'll be back to Coach in a moment as well. Okay, I want to do a shout out. If you guys have any friends, family that have birthdays in the month of January, feel free to give them a shout out. I've got a shout out for a very special person in my life. She has been my secret admirer for years. I don't even know if she knows how much I admire her. Her name is Marilyn Lewis, and her birthday is today. Happy birthday. Happy Earth Day to you, Marilyn. I'm going to call you before this week is out because I realize that I haven't talked to you in decades, but I always remembered your birthday on January 25th. So before we get to the end of this week, I'm going to call you and wish you a very happy birthday. We also want to wish happy birthday to Alvin Vincent Voodoo Child Ware. Happy birthday to Flora Giles from the West Coast of USA. I want to give a thank you to our fans who have to rise early in the morning to watch the show. I think it's like 6 or 7 in the morning, but they get up to watch the Queen Mother Speak show. So I want to say thank you for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. A shout out goes to Ernestine, Mpingo, Councilman Farrell, Red, and Adisa, plus Kwashi, all tuning in from Los Angeles. And from San Francisco, we have Tashmia, Nyla, Hakika, and Samantha. All right, tell me something. Who is rocking your world? Who is it in your world that's really getting down? Send us a message so we can invite them to be on the Queen Mother Speak show. We want to say to each of you
I have a
that we
few birthday shout outs.
go right ahead. This is the time.
Birthday shout out to Marcia Ava Watson. Birthday shout out to Shatisha Brayton. Happy birthday. And birthday shout out to Tamika Hooker. Happy blessed birthday. And birthday shout out to all whom those that I don't remember or January, but I know that I'm surrounded by a lot of Capricorn folks. Blessed birthday, and may you live to experience joy, love, prosperity, abundance, and forgiveness. Love you.
Oh, oh, that is so wonderful. Thank you for that, Rakaya. Hello, Parita. Mwah!
Hello, Queen
Queen Mother
Mother. How
loves
are
you.
you?
A wonderful Happy New Year. We have a very special
Mm,
guest in the studio today, everybody. And I want you to know that Parita helped me to make that hookup. You want to talk to us, Parita?
Yes, Queen Mother, as you know, firstly, we are all grateful for allowing us to be on this show and giving us airtime to teach people breathwork. Uh,
Mhm.
I wanted to welcome Shreya Shah today.
Yay, yay.
She is going to obviously take the session. I'm here just to
Yes.
welcome all of you and say thank you and so much love. You're all doing fantastic work. Keep it up.
Mhm.
And Shreya, welcome. I know you're going to rock this by just making
Thank
sure that
you.
we're all stress free.
I'm
Hallelujah.
already loving it. Such an excellent energy and such an excellent vibe on this show. I'm really happy to be.
Mm. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to say this to you about the Art of Living Institute. During the pandemic season, we all were going through all the stuff we were going through. And then I learned about the Institute and their classes, and I took a few of the classes during pandemic. And as a result of that, I have been working on my own breath work for quite a while. And I want you to know something. It meant so much to me. It did so much for me until Queen Mother decided I wanted to share it with everybody I know. And that's why I have it on the show every week. So even as Parita says to me, thanking me for having you on the show, no, darling, the thanks really go to you for having this work in the world. And I'm just so happy to be a part of it. And I love it each and every time that you are here. Thank you so much,
Thank
so
you.
much, so much. Okay, so we're going to go ahead with the
Very good.
show. We're going to go back to a one view. And I just want to say to you that you should continue to wash your hands. You don't need the government to tell you to do that. You can do that because you want to, and because it makes sense, and because you want to be clean. So, very well. So, what is this thing that we call Queen Mother Speaks? Well, Sharia, it is a community platform for wealthy conversations that matter. Hmm? We seek to raise awareness, we seek to inform, to educate, to inspire, to ignite, to involve. We like to enlighten you. We want to give you a chance to laugh, to have a little laughter in your life. Queen Mother Speaks is also about giving you updates on expatriating to Africa. And as you well know, a lot of people are doing that at this time. We also have warm, witty dialogue with our guests, as we will do today after we get through our workshop. And we give you a boutique of what I call winspirational verse. Winspirational verse. Okay, but before we get to our winspirational verse, we're actually going to step into our breathing right here, right now. Okay? All right. So our breath facilitator is here, and she's going to be back after the workshop for an interview. Rakaya, are you ready to talk about, to
Yes.
tell us a little bit about our guest? Go right ahead.
No, I'm not ready right now. I'm trying to bring it up.
Okay,
I'm having some technical
that's fine.
difficulties.
Ah, okay,
I have a new phone and I don't know how to work it.
okay. All right. Well, guess what? A lot of us are in that same very space, right? Of I mean, I'm learning how to do a lot of things. So there's no shame in that game. All right. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to read our meditation affirmation for today. So as I read this, I'm going to read the topic of it 3 times, and I want you, instead of to repeat it in your heart. So our topic for our meditation today is my spiritual nature is rooted in love. My spiritual nature is rooted in love. My spiritual nature is rooted in love. Ooh, that is just so beautiful. All right. Your spirit is never separated from agape love, and agape love is God as love. The idea that our spiritual nature is rooted in love is not something we hope or wish is true. It simply is true. It simply is true. Whether we know or accept it or not, it will always be true. Cultivating a relationship with spirit causes a deeper connection with what we call agape love. I carry love with me wherever I go. I am rooted, anchored, and secured in love. Before I can call on love to be with me, it already is. I am the love that I seek. With faith, I extend it daily. My family members, my friends, and associates are all healed. I move through my day with the awareness that I am always rooted in love. I am healed by my demonstration of love. I am always in love. Thank you, faith, in me, as me. And so it is. Our scripture for today: love is long suffering and kind. Love does not envy. Love does not make a vain display of itself and does not boast. That comes from 1 Corinthians 13 and 4. And this reading I just gave to you is from a little booklet called Daily Thoughts from the Hill from Hillside International Truth Center in Atlanta, Georgia, USA. So I want to thank you for being with us for our reflective reading today. Thank you very, very much. Hey, I want to remind you once again to hit that like, share, and comment button. Okay, headline news. This week in headline news, I see Rakaya is back in. Let's see if we can bring her back into the studio.
I'm back.
I see, and I'm trying to put you in. Okay, there you go. Okay, so now headline news for this month, for the month of January. I'm just going to give you some headlines of what's been happening around the world years ago in the month of January. Okay, so the Emancipation Proclamation. You remember that thing? Ha! The Emancipation Proclamation by President Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves in the states rebelling against the Union. Also in January, British Egyptologist Howard Carter found the sarcophagus. And what that is, ladies and gentlemen, is he found the tomb of King Tut in the Valley of the Kings near Luxor after several years of searching. I don't know if you have any idea of King Tut. I'm sure you do, Rakaya. Shreya, I don't know if you know of the name King Tut, but if you don't, you do?
Yes, I
Yeah.
do.
Very good. So this guy discovered his tomb in January of 1924. Joan of Arc, born 1412, departed 1431, was born in France. After a series of mystic visitations by saints, she, Miss Joan of Arc, she inspired the French troops to break the British siege at Orleans and would win several important victories during their 100 Years of War, so that the war between France and Britain. She was eventually captured. She was sold, bless her heart, to the British, who tried her and burned her at the stake. In 1920, she was canonized a saint by the Roman Catholic Church. In January 1999, the first presidential impeachment trial in 130 years began in the U.S. Senate, and it was all about whether President Clinton should be removed from office. Okay. Uh, they found when they searched the record, they did find some perjury and obstruction of justice, but as you know, he was not removed from office. Interesting fact: Elvis Presley was born in January, okay, in the year 1935, and he departed in 1977. Okay, in January in the year 1879 in Southern Africa, it's about the Zulu War. Okay, the Zulu War between the British and the natives of Zululand. Ultimately, the fighting resulted in the destruction of the Zulus, of the whole Zulu Empire. The British took them down. Okay, what else do we want to talk about? Oh, the first use of a donkey. This is interesting. The first use of a donkey, okay, to illustrate a political party was in 1870. And right now, as you may know, the Democrats still use the emblem, if you will, of a donkey. Martin Luther King, born 1929 in Atlanta, Georgia, as an African American civil rights leader, We'll talk a little bit about him more, but we're just noting that he was born, and this is this time in history years ago. All right, I want to say gangster Al Capone. You may remember that name. From 1947, he once controlled organized crime in Chicago, but he died in Miami at the age of 48 from syphilis. Wow. January 1959, an American Airlines Boeing jet made its very first scheduled transcontinental flight in the United States, traveling from California to New York. Isn't that something? 1959 was the first time there was a transcontinental flight from one part of the US to the other.
Yeah,
Wow,
I
that
remember
wasn't
that.
that long ago. Okay.
Yeah,
Just one more this
um,
history for you,
tip.
and it's about a famous black man by the name of Jackie Robinson, who was born in 1919. He departed in 1972. He was born in Cairo, Georgia. He was the first African American to play professional football. And it's interesting, I do know of him from reading about him, but as I grew up and became a woman and I was living in New York City, I had the pleasure of meeting his son, who has since moved to Tanzania, and he's been there many, many, many years. And to tell you a little bit about his story, a lot of the Africans were not willing to accept him. This is years ago that the son went to Tanzania, and what he was looking to do was to make coffee. He wanted to sell coffees. So he worked on that project for a very long time, and I did get to meet him. And even after my moving to Africa, he is still up in Tanzania. I have not been to visit him, but I will. He may never remember me, but I do remember him. And I was so proud that a black man had left America and moved to Africa, and he was working with the coffee farmers. I think they've accepted him now after all of these many, 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 many years. Okay. So I want to say to you that we're also in the month of the birth of Martin Luther King, and I want us all to reflect on his contributions to the movement and his contributions to civil rights. What we can do, we can work collectively, okay? And we can do things. We can bring the dream of equality and freedom true. And justice, we can do that because we are still here. I just want to give a thank you shout out to Reverend Dr. Bernice King, who attended the commemorative service for Dr. King last week in Atlanta at the famous Ebenezer Baptist Church, a place that I love to go. And when I'm in Atlanta, I love to show up in that church. It's just so full of history. It's so full of life. It's just to sit on the pew, to sit on a seat in that church, knowing that a lot of our famous people around the world have been visiting and coming to that church. Okay. Okay. So, Coach, how did you react when you heard that Martin Luther King, we were going to be getting a Martin Luther King holiday in America? How did you feel about that, Coach? Okay, she is in the studio, but something is going on with IT. Well, let me just say that they made Martin Luther King Jr. a holiday. The year was what, 1983, but we actually started celebrating Martin Luther King holiday from 1986. And at that time, I was in my 30s. Okay. I was in my 30s. And wow, what a spectacular holiday. At the time, I was actually living in Atlanta, Georgia. And there would be so many activities. People would come from not only just America, from across the globe to Atlanta to participate in the festivities that we would have during Martin Luther Jr. King holiday. And sometimes the holiday would last for a whole week. It was just such a very, 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 very exciting time. All right. So right now we're going to go into having our breathing workshop now. I had asked Rakaya to introduce the guest, but unfortunately she is not in the studio at this moment. So I'm going to go ahead and make that introduction. All right. Is that all right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Very good. All right. Shreya Shaw. is a senior teacher with the Art of Living Institute in Canada. She's been a full time teacher for the past 14 years. Isn't that exciting? Let me take a moment and say hello to those who are joining us again in studio. Rakaya looks like she's trying to get back in. Let's see if she's ready. If not, we will continue. Okay, not quite ready. All right. Sharia has, oh, let's try again. I'm trying to bring you in. I'm looking for the add to stream button, which has not shown up. Let's see if it'll do it now. Here it is. Let's see if it'll bring you up now, Rakaya. Okay.
It brought me up before.
Okay. Okay. Are you prepared to introduce our guest?
No, I'm not.
No problem. I'll just
I
continue. Thank you.
apologize.
No
Is that
problem.
Siri? Is that the one that does the Tilia reports?
No, this is not Talila. So listen to who she is. She is Shreya Shah from Canada. She is from Canada. She's with the Art of Living Institute, and she's been a full time teacher with the foundation for over 14 years in Canada. She's developed the foundation's Prairies region, and I hear that there's a strong presence of people in the Prairie region in Canada now doing some breathing. Okay. She will be offering the exclusive intuition process for kids. That's one of the trainings that she will be doing while she's here in Kenya. And she also will be doing the Art of Meditation program for people like me, adults. And we will get into her complete schedule. We're going to post it so you all will know exactly what she will be doing. Okay, so I want to say, my dear, welcome to the Queen Mother Speech Show. And we're now going to turn the studio over to you.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Um, really happy to be here with everybody today. And we'll just get right into it. So we'll do a little bit of breath work. And the breath work that I really like, this is a very simple breathing technique, but it's very powerful. What it
Mhm.
helps with mostly is, if you have, for example, high blood pressure, hypertension, this kind of a breathing technique will really help you with that as well. So it's very
Wonderful.
simple and anyone can do it. Okay. So it's called the straw breath. So just as the name suggests, imagine that you're holding a straw in between your lips, and then you're taking a deep breath in through the nose. And as you breathe out, you're going to breathe out as though you're breathing out through a straw. So a long stream of air, you're breathing out slowly through the mouth. Okay? So let's try that together.
Okay.
So we'll take a deep breath in and then purse your lips as though you're holding a straw in between your lips and breathe out. A long stream of air. Imagine you're trying to hit the opposite wall with the stream of air. So we're going to do about 7 of these breaths, and we're going to do them. We'll do 7 of them, and they'll be long, deep, and very relaxing. And we'll do this with our eyes closed. Okay. So
Okay.
we'll sit with our spine straight. And after the breathing is done, we'll go straight into a little meditative, we'll have a little meditation. I'll guide us through a short meditation. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So we'll close our eyes, relax your shoulders, relax your neck. We hold a lot of tension around our shoulders and our neck. So just pull them down gently, your shoulders. Now, take a nice deep breath in all the way into the bottom of your belly. So expand your belly as you breathe in through the nose. And as you breathe out, purse your lips and a long stream of air through the mouth. And breathe in. Again, breathe out, long stream. Breathing. And begin. Feel the relaxation as you breathe out. Once again, breathe in, deep breath in. Once again, breathe in and breathe out. Long stream of air. Last two breaths. Deep breath in. And last breath in. And breathe out. Keeping your eyes closed. Sit comfortably and easily. Keep your attention inwards. Relax completely. Observe the state of your mind. Just observe if those few breaths have already relaxed your thoughts a little bit. Make a gentle attempt to keep your body very still. Very, very still. Bring your attention to your nostrils. Feel the air moving through the nostrils. And just take relaxed, normal breaths in and out. If you feel your mind is wandering somewhere, very gently bring it back to your nostrils, to your breath. One more time, if your attention has gone away somewhere, if you're Mind is going somewhere, gently bring it back to the breath. Relaxed breath in and out. You are the doorkeeper to your nostrils.
Mm.
Bring your attention to every little breath that goes in through the nostrils and out through the nostrils. Once again, deep breath in. And as you breathe out, relax your shoulders and relax a little bit deeper. Keep your body still. Keep your eyeballs still.
Mm.
One last deep breath in. Expand your belly, breathe in. And as you breathe out, again, relax your shoulders. And with a gentle smile on your face, taking your time, you may open your eyes. Very gently, taking your time, you may open your eyes. Okay. How was that?
Oh, very wonderful for me. Um, very wonderful for me. I love this work. I'm so glad that you're here.
Awesome. Excellent. You're very welcome. See, just a little bit of attention to our breath, just a little bit
Hmm.
of time spent keeping the body still, keeping the eyeballs still, will start really relaxing the mind and the emotions. When the mind
Mm.
is very quiet, when the mind is in a state of peace, that is where a lot of healing happens for us, not only on the physical level but also on the mental and the emotional level.
Mm.
I
This
have a
is
question.
yes, absolutely.
Um, I could feel that when I was breathing in and blowing out slowly through the straw, although I didn't have a straw, it was very effective in calming everything down,
Mm.
as if I was at a time, as if time had stopped and nothing else mattered
Yes,
except my focus on ensuring that my breath was, my lips were perched and my breath was coming out slowly. And
yes.
so
Mm.
now, um
It's
I feel like I'm floating. I
But
feel
me
like
too.
I
Me,
feel like
me
I'm
too. I just
floating like, wow.
Yeah, I've got a sensation that even though I'm here and I'm sitting in the chair, it's like I'm not here. So you did a few things with us, my dear, that I'm going to say that no one else has done with us before. And part of that is I've never thought about making my eyeball be still.
yes. So
Right.
these are some very precious secrets in the tradition of yoga,
Mm,
right? So one of
mhm,
the things is, see, you must have heard this before already, right? There is a direct link between our breath and our mind and our emotions, right?
mm,
You know, when you're really angry, have you noticed the quality of your breath? It might be short, it might be sharp, it might be hot, right?
mm.
If you're feeling very relaxed and very calm, you barely notice the air moving through your nostrils, right?
Mhm.
You're sitting on the beach, for example, or you're looking at a beautiful mountain, you barely notice the quality of your breath at that point. If you're really surprised or really excited, your breath catches, right? So there is a direct link between our breath and our mind and emotions. Now, when life gets overwhelming, when there's so much happening in everybody's lives right now, there's a lot happening, and we're
Mhm.
not able to control our mind and our emotions using our mind, right? You cannot tell somebody, calm down. They're just going to get more mad instead of calming down,
Yeah.
right? So when you use the breath to control the mind and the emotions, it becomes very, very easy, very simple. So this is one of the secrets of the yogic tradition of yoga. The other secret is, which you just experienced, was when you make an effort to keep the body very still, very gently. As you keep the body very still, the mind becomes still all on its own.
Yeah, because when you said uh don't roll your eyeballs, suddenly another shift occurred. Like
Yes.
you said, keep your eyeballs still. And it was
Yeah.
like, uh-oh.
Yeah. Because when the mind is going a lot,
Yeah,
when you have a
yeah.
lot of thoughts, then your eyes will also be moving around inside your eyelids. So when you again make that effort to keep the eyes very still, again you will find another level of peace where your mind becomes very still. These are very, very
Mm.
beautiful little secrets, and
Okay.
whenever you take a few moments in your day to sit down, keep your eyes closed. You've learned some of the other breath work. You've learned the ujjayi breathing, the victory breath in your previous episodes. You can use any one of these breathing techniques, and come to that space of peace. But our most potent technique that we teach is the sky breath meditation technique, right? Which takes about 15 to 20 minutes a day. But that's the technique which is the cornerstone of our foundation. And to this date, now the latest figures that I've heard of, we're now in 180 countries around the world, and there's
Wow.
almost 500 million people around the world who have taken our programs and are benefiting from these very simple secrets.
And
You know?
when we did after the exercise, my shoulders are more relaxed
Yes,
and my neck. So yeah, yeah, very effective. I will
yes,
be using that. I
wonderful.
will be instituting
Mm,
that.
Yes. And so the
mm.
founder of our organization, Shri Ravi Shankarji, he says that my competition is the cell phone. Now, I was
Wow.
born in the early 80s, and I went to university.
Wait, say that again.
I was born
I
in the
didn't hear
early
that.
80s. I said I was
No,
born in
what
the
the
early
sister? What the?
80s.
Well, give her a chance to say it.
No, what the
Listen, just
founder
listen.
said.
Yeah, the founder said that my only competition is the cell phone, the mobile phone, you know and the reason for that is because it's one of the most useful technologies that we have in the last, whatever it is, 100 years or 50 years or 30 years, in fact, right? One of the most useful technologies. And this technology of the breath, is so potent and so important. And he says, this is my only competitor. I want to make sure that every single person around the world knows this secret about the link between your mind and your breath and your emotions, right? And is able to use these techniques, right? And
Ah,
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, it's very beautiful. And for me personally, when I was little, I had a bit of a temper. For whatever reason, I had a bit of a temper. And I remember my parents and my sisters always used to say to me, Shreya, stop getting angry, stop getting mad. But
Ah,
they would tell me to not get angry and mad, but it was a very natural emotion that comes up. Now, what do I do with it when I have gotten angry, when I do get mad? What do I do with it? That education is not given to us either in school or at home. We are not taught how to deal with our mind and our negative emotions. Now, through these breathing techniques, it was the only place where I found respite. It was the only place where I found the answer of how I could manage my mind and my negative emotions. And it totally transformed the quality of my life, because one of the
ah,
most important sentences that I've heard is the quality of your life depends on the state of your mind.
mm,
Right? So if you have a calm and peaceful and a happy and a joyful state of mind, your quality of life will be so good, regardless of where you are and what you're doing. Right? You could have absolutely everything in the world and you would still be miserable. Right? So what is the quality of
mhm,
the mind? And so, this is what has really helped me in life, and that's why I'm so dedicated to sharing this knowledge with everybody, because I know that there is a way out. People don't have to suffer. They don't have to
mhm,
suffer with depression, anxiety, fears, sadness, upheaval of emotions. You can actually live a very beautiful, peaceful, happy life once you know how to handle your mind and your emotions.
mm. Let me hear that statement again. You said the quality of life depends on,
The quality of your life depends on the state of your mind.
okay, I want to put that up on the screen. That's such a profound statement. Don't you think so, Coach?
Yes, yes.
The quality of your life depends on the state of your mind. Okay. It's interesting, and I'm just going to bring this up for our conversation right now, Shaya, and that is when you say that the quality of your life depends on the state of your mind. Queen Mother has been dealing with some very traumatic, emotional things, and it appears that a lot of those things are out of my control. It's like whatever it is the people are supposed to be doing, they somehow don't seem to figure out how to do it. And I'm the one suffering on the other end. And so I have some days where I'm okay, but I have other days where I just can't think. As I was explaining to Rakaya, to Coach Rakaya, when I have so much going on in my mind, it saps away my creativity, my kuumba, as we learned in through our Kwanzaa. Create
Yeah.
kuumba means creativity. So when I've got a lot of emotional things going on with me, I don't get a chance to create like I should now,
Yes.
or even would like to. So this statement that you just gave me, I think it's going to help me a lot. I'm
Yes.
going to have to, because sometimes when I'm just angry about some things, I don't get into my breathing. I just try to tune out, or I don't know. But what you've taught me today is that when
And
something is going on, like some people will choose to eat, some will smoke, some will sleep, others will do drugs, People do different things. What you've
Yes.
taught me to do is when I'm upset the most or even crying, just breathe.
But
That's it.
look at the
That's your
gears.
weapon. That's your weapon. See,
All
we
right.
do not have any control over what other people do. We do
No,
not have any control over how other people treat us, how other people behave towards us, you know. But what we can control is what how our mind and our emotions respond or react towards
Uh-huh.
it.
Uh-huh.
Because our mind is the basis of our life, and if we do not look after the health of our mind,
Hmm.
right, then we're in trouble.
Wow.
We live from the space of the mind. So if it's the most important to look after the health of our own mind first,
Hmm.
even and the breath work is, it's for me, it's been, if even when you're in an airplane,
Hmm.
and they always say to you, put on your own mask before you help anybody else.
Yes.
So even if it is people who you love, who you care about, that need help, you got to do your own breathing, and you got to do your own self care first, so that you have that energy, you have the positivity, you have the life in you to be able to help other people. Otherwise,
Uh-huh.
not only are you depleted, but you'll also be not of much use to others.
Hmm. Okay, very well. I
Yeah.
hear it, and I've got that on the board. I'm going to ask you, in the listening audience, and thank you for tuning in. Uh, the quality. This has got to be the statement for today. The quality of your life depends on the state of your mind. And I've just stated to you that sometimes I get angry about things and I don't think about breathing. I'm just angry and I don't even know where my mind is. But what I've learned today from our master facilitator, okay, in the area of breath work, is when that's going on, the thing to do is to go to your secret weapon. And your secret weapon is breathing. Thank you so much for that. Oh, that feels so good. Oh, that feels so good. Thank you for that. I'm just lit up like a Christmas light right now because the idea of this is because it's like when things go on, it's like, okay, I'm going for a walk. And sometimes I will. I'll go and do that walk. And I come back and I feel better. And I may breathe while I'm walking. But I never saw it as, okay, secret weapon time. Oh,
Wonderful.
that gives me such uh, personal power.
Queen Mother, this morning you asked for some healing. so
Yes,
so there you go.
hallelujah,
you know,
hallelujah.
can I
I
share
received
something?
that.
Queen Mother was all discombobulated because she wanted to do a certain show. And so I told her, I gave her the shortcut in how to do it. And then that wasn't working out either. So
Hmm.
you called, but that was God. And
Hmm.
everything works in synchronicity. There are no coincidences, no accidents. The very thing that we need at the moment that we need will appear. And this is you. No monies can pay for what you have just done. I mean, it's
Knowledge.
like $5,000-$10,000 worth of what you have just done in terms of um showing us how to simply release, release, let go, tune in, control, release, let go, tune in, control
Absolutely.
yourself.
Hmm.
Yes.
Hmm.
That is all we have. Everything else that's happening, we just have to modify how we're going to approach it in a
Hmm.
Absolutely.
loving, kind, compassionate, and caring way. But we are not in control of what is happening outside of ourselves. And
Yes.
neither are we capable or have the wherewithal to
Hmm.
handle all of those things. We can empathize and we can be compassionate and we can do the best that we can do. but that's it.
Mhm.
And the sooner we learn that, and you were right, Shreya, uh, Shreya,
Shara.
Shreya.
Shara,
Yes.
Shah. I'm gonna say Shah. Shah is good.
Okay.
Um, I have seen a lot of people, they have, but they're miserable. They have everything that you could possibly ask for materialistic wise, but
Yes.
intrinsically, spiritually, they're they're a little immature. And so all getting all the things is good, but I always try to encourage folks to nurture the inner child and take care of
Yes.
themselves. Ex-
There's no end to wanting things, right? Like, even if you look in the past in your life, when you were a child, you had certain toys, and then you wanted something else, and then you had, maybe you had a toy car, or a doll house, or whatever, right? And then when you got a little older, you wanted something else. I mean, it's just a circle. It keeps going. You have $5,000 and you want seven, and you have seven and you want 10, and you have 10 and you want 15, because there's the 20,000 thing dollar thing that I want. So the mind is like that. Desires are endless, right? And so
Mhm.
even people who can materially have everything they want, they're still not happy, because the mind is still trying to find the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. When is it going to
Mhm.
be enough, right?
Mhm.
So the true wealth, the real wealth of our life is
Mhm.
within. It is not without, it is not outside of ourselves, it is within ourselves. And that's
Mhm.
why this program that I'll be teaching for the adults, which is called The Art of Meditation, it's a beautiful, beautiful, simple meditation technique that you sit down and you want to meditate, you want to close your eyes and you want to go deeper within. How do you do that? Most
Mhm.
99% of people that come to my programs to learn meditation, they say to me, Shreya, I sit down, I close my
Yeah.
eyes, I can't meditate, my
Shreya.
mind goes all over the place, right? this
Mhm.
is this is standard. But on this program, we teach you in a very simple way. When you sit down, you close your eyes, you want to meditate, what do I do with my mind? It answers that question in a
Mhm.
beautiful way, and makes meditation really effortless. It makes meditation really effortless, so
Uh,
that you can go into that space of wealth within.
Mhm.
Shreya, Shreya, in order to motivate those who are watching Queen Mother's show, perhaps maybe we can offer them a little discount, a little incentive to uh to sign up for the program. And I am going to spread the word. I need you to inbox me the information because I'm going to post it on all my pages. And whoever listens, and whoever don't, they're going to miss out on the treat. But I'm telling you that for 2023, this is the message. This
All
Yes,
right.
is the message.
Okay.
yes.
And the
Yes,
number
So,
you see on the screen,
I
yes,
have the
that is the
number.
number to call to register for the course. In your
Yeah,
case,
but I
Rakai,
don't know how to use that.
that's okay. I'll send it to you. No problem. What you've been seeing on the screen, I will send to you. But this is the number to register for the classes
Well,
that she will be.
why don't we make up a flyer? Let's make up a flyer.
Well, they are. The Art of Living Institute will make up a flyer for
Yeah.
her and give it to us, and then we will give it over to you. Definitely, they're going to do that. I'm pretty certain. But the most important thing right now is for our listening audience to take down this phone number: 0729 130 556.
556.
Okay. And for those of you living outside
Write it
of
down.
Kenya, you will have to dial plus 254. Plus 254. If you're out of the country, you drop the zero and you dial the plus sign, very important. the plus sign 254-729-130-556. But I will post this in all of our platforms. And Micaiah, I'll make sure I'll send you an email specifically with this information in it. Because just like she's so subtle, so very subtle, gave us a key to life, you'll get more keys when you go be with her in the workshop.
And I'm gonna tell you something.
Mhm.
I have done silent meditation. I have done all sorts of meditation, walking meditation, carrying water, chop wood, or and and I have tried to meditate, and I do meditate, but it doesn't, not the way that I really like how I felt when I did. When you said control your eyeballs, that did it for me, because I have astigmatism and my eyeballs is always going everywhere. And
Mm.
so I made a concerted effort to shut down my eyeballs. And
Ah,
that is when I felt the effect.
Beautiful.
mm.
Yeah.
Very
Wonderful.
good, very good. So, as you can see, my dear, already with the knowledge that you've given us here on the Queen Mother Speak show today, how it's already we're talking about how it's affecting us and how we see that we can use it into the future. This is the very reason why Queen Mother Speaks has breathing on the show. Because I'm telling you, it did so much. And I just learned something new from her today. And I've been doing this over 2 years now. But I'm telling you, it really made a difference in my world.
And let
And
me
I want
share
to with you. Okay.
this. Whenever I tell people to breathe, some of them get upset with me. What do you mean breathe? I'm trying to talk about this, and because they don't really it's really interesting. They get upset because my reply is breathe. They'll
Yes.
learn when
Mm,
they take this class, then they'll understand why I was saying breathe.
And
mhm.
I had
Because
the same. I used to have the same reaction when I used to get really upset when I was little, and my parents and my sisters used to say, "Stop getting angry, stop getting angry," and that would make me more angry because I didn't know how to stop getting angry. Like, what, there was no
exactly.
button that I could just push and suddenly I'm not angry anymore. And
Mhm.
so it was only through the breath work that I learned how to become a master of my mind instead of being a victim of my mind.
Okay. Brrr.
And
Tell it, girl.
and um and oh, repeat that again. Repeat that again, and then I'll say what I have to say. Repeat that again.
It
Say
is
that again,
only through
please.
the breath work. It is only through the breath work that I learned how to become a master of my mind, not be a victim of my mind and emotions.
Mhm. Okay.
And this exercise is very critical because there's a lot of folks suffering from mental health disorders, anxiety, bipolar, um, anger management issues, relationship situations. And I really believe deep down in my heart that if they even start this and do it like 5 minutes a day, it's going to alter their total perception of what is really going on with them. They're going to gain more control, self control, and be able to take a pause when needed. Take a pause when needed. Yeah.
Very good,
Absolutely.
very good. Well, we're actually uh we're actually a few minutes over showtime right now, but I just wanted to put one more statement on the board, and that is letting you know that the classes start February 21 through 23 here in Kenya. And these are in person. She'll be doing an in person show workshop for us here in Kenya. All right. It will be February 21 through 23. So please write down the phone number where you can call and get registered. And if the Art of Living Institute here in Kenya see a way to offer a discount to people that's going to be taking Shreya's course because of the wonderful way she's presenting it to us today, that's on them. That's the institute here in Nairobi to make that decision, not our guest, because she's coming into us from Kenya. But that phone number again, here in Nairobi, 0729 130
And Queen Mother, if I can just
Yes,
add one small thing,
please.
if you have folks who are also tuning in from North America or
Mhm.
Europe or anywhere else, we
Yes.
do offer this program all over the world. So
Ah,
it's also being offered online in North America. So if they just message that number or call that number, we'll give you information about programs happening
Oh,
in Canada and the US, anywhere else.
oh, that's wonderful. So, Ra, that means you can get in on some of her stuff from stateside because I certainly intend to take advantage of her being here in Kenya, which is me. I
you
look
know
forward.
something? You better. You better. But I need
I
you.
will.
I need you, Queen Mother. Put up that last statement that she said. The last statement about
Okay,
them
I
not
don't think I wrote.
controlling your mind.
I don't think I wrote that one down, but I will write it down right now. Okay, let me hear it
Uh,
again. I'll post it on the chat board
I think I
about
said,
being in.
yeah, the only way I learned how to not be a victim of my mind but a master of my mind. I became a master of my mind and emotions instead of living life as a victim of my mind and emotions.
Mhm,
right.
okay,
You said
uh,
uh
become
learn
a
how to
master
become
instead
learn
of a
how to
victim.
become a master of your mind instead of a victim of your mind.
Yes,
That's what you said.
right.
Yes. You got it, Queen?
Well, unfortunately, the cursor is just doing nothing. The
Well,
cursor. I'm typing,
learn
but
how
I
to
don't see
become
anything.
a master of your mind instead of a victim of your mind. Very, 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 oh my God.
Oh,
Oh my
very
God.
profound. Very profound. So now I have typed it in the chat box and I'm waiting for it to come up on the big screen, but
Oh,
everything is
okay.
going in slow motion. All right, everything is going in slow motion. Just a few things I want to say today. Soul Vegetarian Restaurant, they offer cooking classes on how for you to learn how to eat properly and prepare your own meals. You can reach them at 0742 654 810. That's Soul Vegetarian Restaurant. And I'm telling you, I love going there. And they also do gluten-free desserts. Oh yeah, they got it going on over there. Okay, Miss Aisha DeFalo, who's Kenya's blood ambassador, wants me to remind you to please stop at a blood bank and make a deposit of blood. Whether you're in North America, South America, or wherever you are, visit a blood bank because you never know the day that it's going to be you. I also want to remind you to watch Bonga Dada Bonga. That show is happening tomorrow, 7 p.m. Kenya time, 11 a.m. New York time. Bonga Dada Bonga is a platform for women's voices. And Shreya, we're going to have you back at another time to also be on that show because that's a show we say Speak Sister Speak, but it's open for anyone and everyone to listen. I also want to speak on the fact that there is a diabetes peer support group every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, New York time. Every Tuesday, a diabetes peer support group. You want to give us the contact phone number for that, Coach?
The contact phone number is 34 plus 1 346 244-7887. It is a virtual Zoom meeting where we come together and just support each other with, in terms of challenges and obstacles that you may be facing
Mhm.
for in managing your disease. It is also a room where you gain some information and you're re-empowered to go back and ensure that you establish routines, follow your routines, attend all your medical visits, uh, pay attention to your disease, and make every effort to eat uh, properly. Uh, and you work towards, hopefully and prayerfully, reversing that condition. It is not I am a diabetic, it is I have a condition of diabetes. When you put I am with anything, it's almost as if you're saying,
Mhm.
giving it that God is like a God. And I am is specially for I am the omnipotent, omniscient, infinite, intelligent, spiritual being. So you never say I am anything.
Mhm.
I am
Very well.
nothing. I am goes with affirmation, things that you're trying to affirm within your life experience. I am is a powerful uh mantra. It's a powerful um intonation when you're having a
Mm.
relationship with your God self within. Therefore, your condition has
Very good.
nothing to do with
Very
that.
good.
So
Okay.
I hope that everyone, it is free. It's free. This is my gift to people who have physical challenges, to show them another way. And if they are willing, only if they are willing to make those necessary corrections in their life that got them to the state that they're in. The word is willingness. Are you
Mhm.
willing
Very well.
to make a change? And if they're willing,
Mhm.
then by all means, there is a solution to the situation and not a problem, the situation.
Mhm. Very well. Very well. Thank you for that, Coach. We appreciate it. Shreya, any closing words for today?
Um, just thank you so
Any
much,
close
and
closing words?
yeah,
Yes.
just thank you so much. I had a wonderful time with you both today, and I look forward to doing
Yes.
more. And the vision that the founder of our organization has, it's a very beautiful vision. And he says, a stress-free mind,
Mm-hmm.
an inhibition-free intellect. He says a disease-free body,
Mm.
a stress-free mind, an inhibition-free intellect, and a sorrow-free soul is the birthright of every human being. Right? So,
Say
and this
that
is
again.
Mm.
Say
I'm
that
going to come
so
again,
back to you
Shreya.
for that.
it's a
Yes.
it's a
Repeat,
disease-free
please.
body, a stress-free mind, an inhibition-free intellect, a sorrow-free soul is the birthright of every human being. And so
I'll be asking you for that one again.
goal of the foundation.
I want to be
Yes,
posting
for sure.
that.
I can send that.
Oh, that is so beautiful. That is so beautiful. All right.
I want to
Well,
thank you. I want to thank you so much,
we're
Tria,
going to. Okay.
for giving us this tidbit. I really enjoyed this moment, and I really feel that this was for me, and it was for Queen Mother, because when healers are trying to heal, they too need to tune within to
Absolutely.
heal themselves. So,
Wonderful.
Hmm.
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Hmm.
Thank you
Very
so much.
well.
Asante
I'm
san.
so grateful to have you here, and we look forward to having you back. And any work that you're doing, that you want to use this platform for, Shreya,
Yes.
it's yours.
Thank you
It's
so much.
yours. All you have to do is let me know.
Awesome.
All
Thank you
right,
so
we're going
much.
to end the show the way we always end the show. And we like to end our show with love. And the way we do that, we take our hand, we blow a kiss, we put both hands together, and we blow a bigger kiss. That's the way we end the Queen of the Speak show. Ladies, are you ready? Thank you to all of the guests who came into the studio today to tune in, and thank you for all of your comments. I want to give you that number once more for you to register for her courses 0729 130 556. And with that, let's throw love in the world using our left hand first. You ready, ladies? Put your left hand up to your mouth, and we're going to blow a kiss. Are we ready? Let's go. One, two, three, go. Mwah. All right, now the right hand. And for those of you out there, you know who you are who need this love. Please receive it right now. Here it is. And you know, I used to go to a church in Atlanta Hillside, and they say, love isn't love until you give it away. So we're now going to kiss you with both hands, and we want you to take that love and you pass it on to somebody else. You ready, ladies? Let's do it. Mwah. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. This is Queen Mother Speaks every Wednesday, every week, live at 5 p.m. Kenya time, 9 a.m. New York time. We'll see you next week. Now, we're going to have another exciting show for you on next week, so be sure to tune in. Shreya, I